Alright guys, I watched this video for Wednesday, December 2nd, showing you the SPY here broke out to all-time highs today, but ended up putting in a pretty narrow range and closing about where it opened. There's the intraday action, 5-minute candles. So there wasn't a lot of intraday action as far as the overall market goes. Some really nice stuff in the chat room. We had EARS on the gap playlist, and as it was curling back up, I gave the idea of an opening range breakout, red to green, either one you want to call it, because they're both the same number. They're both over the high of day, 147. And man, you talk about exceeding expectations. I know some folks in chat got that. I actually traded the first pullback after that and still didn't trade this that well. I mean, it was green on the name, but you know, who doesn't look at a move from $1.50 to $6.50? And I don't care how much you made, you still feel like you left money on the table, right? So I didn't trade that one very well, but what a crazy move. I did play a couple pullbacks in it. So that was good, and I started my day with WWR. Show you there's 2-minute candles. Pretty simple setup, something we teach in our course, and we talk about it a lot. These are 2-minute candles, so it opened right around the hole number 7, and the early high was 704. As it curled back up, I called it long through 7. Which I think I said was maybe a 5-minute buy setup. No, okay, it was a red to green. 5-minute candles, 2-minute candles doesn't really make a difference. As it was coming back, I said the hole number 7 break. We've got a whole number inflection point with the high of day only 4 cents above, and that's right around where it's going red to green. For our purposes in day trading, we call red to green back through the opening price, 1 penny above the opening price, which in this case would have been right at the hole number 7. And we got the 7 break, we got the high of day break. And we got a pretty nice move, right? Look at that. That's 10, 15 minutes all the way to 760. I was risking about a dime, so that's great R. That was a good way to start my day. I had a pretty nice trade in that one. So there's a couple highlights from the day. There were several other good trades, but those of you that were in chat today, you already know that I am exhausted. I only got like 2 hours sleep last night, so I'm trying to crank this out, and I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight. All right, so I got several stocks on Bounce Watch, and I actually like these setups a lot. I like NIO, you got several days down in a row, hitting the 20-day. I think that's overdue for a bounce. This one runs with it. XPEV, several days down in a row into that buy zone, nearing the 20-day, kind of retesting. See this high that it put in here, kind of retesting that high area right here. So that one goes on Bounce Watch. WYY. After this big pop, you got three red days in a row. A little bit of a bottoming tail today. That one goes on Bounce Watch. It was on Bounce Watch today, but there were no setups, no trades in it. Back to the EV space, you've got FUV, another one right there in that buy zone we look for after a huge move, like that one. AYRO, same thing, right in the middle of that buy zone, retesting the this recent high before it really ripped. Keep in mind when you're watching this video, now I'm not just going to arbitrarily take any of these. They're going to have to meet our intraday bounce play entry setups, but they all look really good to me for potential tomorrow. May not trade any of them, right? We'll see. A couple more in that same space. SBE is in the charging space. Again, you see the same kind of setup, right? Huge move, several days in a row down into that area that between the moving averages that we like. And GP, there's another one. All the way down to the 20-day. This thing was over 32, like we could go back down to the $18 area right around the 20-day. That's one of my favorites, especially if the EV space itself catches a bid. All these look amazing, right? FTEK, I think this is Alt Energy. I'm not sure what they do, but it had a huge gap up this day and now is back down into the 8-day, 3 days lower. I don't love this because this was a huge volume day. And everybody from this day is well underwater if they're still holding, right? That was a big volume day. So do have a lot of bag holders in the name, but I am going to watch it. ARLO got a nice breakout today. Closing off of its highs. Definitely an interesting setup for a follow-through day tomorrow. That's ARLO. AQB had the breakout yesterday. Today an inside day, but closing green, closing above its open. So that one's interesting for a potential long. Ears, already talked about this call I made on this one this morning and a couple pullback plays. It's actually a pretty strong close when you think of how crazy this move was. Still closed well off its highs. As I'm talking, though, it is trading at 442 in after hours. That probably, whenever you get this kind of a crazy move and you're this far from the moving average, it's probably not going to be something you'll trade the next day. And then lastly, this is a little bit of a weird chart, but CAAS had the big rip, then the gap up, and the reversal. and now kind of closing in the middle of yesterday's range. So it's hard to tell who's winning. You got some bag holders from today, but it's still above where it started from. So as a day trader, I'm going to put that on watch as well. All right, that's plenty to watch. We'll find gappers in the pre-market as well. And we'll see everybody in the chat room in the morning. Have a great night.